Hi guys, and welcome to a brand new video. For my first ever video, I thought I would evolve the kind of career that I'm doing now at college, which is media production. So I figured, considering there's not a lot of these things out there on YouTube, I would do a media student reacts. I've seen a lot of like vocal coach reacts and film students. I guess film students comes under my sort of profession, but I figured I'd do media student rather than film student because media covers a more wider range. So I'm going to be doing my reaction to some trailers along with an action sequence that I really wanted to involve in this because it was the first ever sequence I watched where I've really noticed a lot of media work in it. I will hopefully do some more of these. I'm hoping you guys will give me suggestions as to what videos you want me to react to, and I'm hoping that when I go to university and I start my journalism that I can do some more stuff about journalism as well as media. I'm still going to be doing that at university, but it will have a bigger range than what I'm doing now. Let's jump straight into the video. So the very first trailer that we are going to be reacting to is the brand new Justice League Snyder Cut trailer. I personally haven't watched this because I'm the type of person that will not sit for 4 hours to watch a movie. I can barely sit through a 3-hour film. The only 3-hour films I've ever been able to sit through were the Titanic and the Avengers Endgame. That's all you'll get. I will never be able to sit through anything else. So let's get into this video.
So begins the end.
Okay, so already 5 seconds in, there is a camera angle, which is a wide shot, and wide shots are used quite frequently in any movie. Usually it will capture an action sequence going on, sometimes one person if they're standing on a pier or looking out into the distance. A wide shot would be used for that.
For dark side.
I've never seen a being this strong.
And then as we get to the next sequence, you see a low angle, which is when the camera is close to the floor and it's shooting up at a person that's above it. So that's what a low angle is.
He's back.
I like the audio already because it's very subtle but creates such an effect. The slight booms are very, very climactic and give you a sense of this could build and build and build. So I like that they started with that, which is very good. And obviously the scene that we're on at the minute, which is just the show Batman, that's a low angle as well. Then you have a bird's eye of Lois going through all the flowers, so that's a bird's eye because the camera is here and it's capturing everything that's beneath it, so that would be a bird's eye view.
Made a promise to him on his grave.
Then you have a nice over-the-shoulder shot where you see Lois looking at, I think that's Superman's head, I believe. I do like it when they use over-the-shoulder shots because it's quite nice and it gives a really good view. They don't use it as much. A lot of the time it's usually when two people are in a room together, but other than that it's not used as much. So this would be a wide shot of Jason Momoa as he's standing there with all the waves coming.
There are enemies coming from...
This very next scene would be an extreme close-up because it's literally just Jason. There's nothing else that you can see.
This world is divided.
Again, I'm loving the different use of colours. The colours used so far have been blacks, greys, the red that you just saw, and I like the fact that they're starting to use blues and reds together, like with the cube. That sort of intertwines together, and the effects on this movie is amazing. I don't know whether they would have used CGI or whether it is just a normal effect put in place, or whether they would have used something that would have been a green screen or a blue screen to be able to like create it and then to be able to put the effect over top.
No protectors here. No
Sort
lanterns.
of gladiator vibes in this scene, just with the outfits that they're wearing. It reminds me a lot of Gladiator. Instant idea that popped in my head.
I have turned worlds.
So this scene right here, this would be a medium shot put into a high angle slash bird's eye view, because it's capturing a medium angle of him standing there, and then it follows him as he jumps down, so it's sort of capturing a high angle slash bird's eye view because it's showing you everything below. And I love how it transitions into this next scene.
All of existence shall be mine.
So that's obviously a low angle because it's whoever that character is that's speaking. The camera is below them and it's focusing up at them as they talk. Usually they would use low angles on a person to sort of make it seem like they're talking to their lesser superiors, and to give a bigger emphasis that this person has power, that they're high in society or whatever they're a part of. It's usually to show that they're talking down to people and that people aren't on their level in a way. So low angles are very good to use to emphasize that. So already in my ears, because this is actually so loud, you can already tell that the music has built so much, because we're pretty much halfway through the trailer, which means that it's getting to like an important part, that the climax is shot straight up. It's showing you that it's going to be more intense, more dynamic. The colours that they're using now are a lot lighter. They've used that blue. So before it's all been greys and reds, and there's only been a little bit of blue. But now you have a whole entire planet that's covered in blue. So it gives a brighter feel. And as that happens, the music has built drastically.
I have a second chance.
I quite like this scene because you see Superman in a black outfit, and seeing black Superman is actually quite cool. I didn't actually realise that they would do black Superman, because you never actually, I don't think there's any Superman films out there that have had black Superman. There's the TV show on the CW. They've obviously had black Superman, and not gonna lie, I kind of prefer black Superman. His suit is just so much nicer when it's black. Not that I didn't love the blue and the red, but the black just looks so much more daring and so much better. And the fact it's like the darkness coming into the light is quite cool, because you see in this scene that it's all the light behind him. I don't particularly know where he is. It looks kind of like an alien spaceship. But you've got the black suit, you've got the cape sort of swishing, so it gives quite a good effect that it's the darkness coming out of the light, in a sense.
How many demons he's fought and how many hells. He's never fought us united.
I really like the effects of the lightnings. The lightning that you see on the guy's axe, I think it is, and then you see Arthur's trident, and then obviously at this part you see the Flash and his lightning. So there's a lot of like greens and blues and golds all coming into the mix now, so it's quite nice to go from being a dull sort of trailer to sort of showing that the light can shine through.
The time is now.
Another low angle, as you see Superman go up to punch the guy. Also, can we appreciate Jared Leto as the Joker showing up in this trailer? Loved him as the Joker. Kind of sad Suicide Squad didn't turn up. But, hey ho. He still looked amazing. Another low angle, but this one is kind of more... I can't even think of the word. This is a low angle. I like this because it shows all 6 of them together. It shows the proper Justice League, and instead of being in the grey sky, they're in the light, they're in the day. It's much more happier, much more condensed than what it was. It's a very good trailer, very dynamic. A lot of use of camera angles, of levels, of music, building, different effects being used. I still probably wouldn't sit there for 4 hours, but that's my personal reference. My family has loved that movie, so if you like it, go watch it. You never know. But me personally, I wouldn't sit there for 4 hours. So the next trailer that I'm going to react to is a trailer that I'd been waiting for so long. It's the brand new Fast and Furious 9 trailer. I have seen this multiple times. I love this trailer. I cannot wait for this movie to come out. I love watching all of them. It's quite sad that obviously Brian isn't probably going to be in this film because of Paul Walker, sorry, dying tragically after number 7, I believe it was. Yeah, 7. So we're going to react to this trailer.
I used to live my life a quarter mile at a time.
So there's already an extreme close-up of the pictures, and then it obviously transitions into this wide shot of the tractor and the farmhouse that Dom and Letty and that are residing in.
But things change.
As well as you obviously hear the classic Fast and Furious music. After Fast and Furious 7, this song was in, I don't know if it was in number 8, but everyone knows that this is a Fast and Furious song after Charlie Puth and that sang it in Fast and Furious 7 in honour of Paul. It became sort of known for the Fast and Furious family, but I like how it's very mellow, it's soft, it suits the trailer and the feeling of the trailer as well. So I like how they've done a piano sort of acoustic version. So here you have a medium shot, and that's where it's only half of a person's body and then everything else. So medium shots are usually used if you have 2 people in a room together, and it would usually be from their waist up. But obviously here it would kind of be a medium shot because you're not really seeing Letty, you're seeing everything around her.
It's for protection.
So immediately after that scene, the nice piano, mellow music immediately cuts out, and that's when you can tell that this isn't going to be a soft family type film. It's definitely going to have the action, it's going to be powerful, And obviously you see here that there's obviously the extreme close-up of Dom, and the look on his face obviously shows that something bad's gonna happen. You have the over-shoulder shot here, which is, spoilers, if you haven't seen the trailer, John Cena with hair. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about John Cena being in this. Don't get me wrong, I love John Cena. He's an amazing wrestler.
And mine just caught up to me.
Been a long time, Dom.
So obviously this is an extreme close-up, and I like how it's an extreme close-up of John Cena and Dom.
So we're up against a match.
The music is surprisingly very interesting, because obviously you've gone from having that nice Charlie Puth piano to going into a more sort of hip-hoppy type song. Obviously most of Fast and Furious does have hip-hop type songs, but I like the transition between the two. So obviously this scene here is a high angle. You could also technically class it as a bird's eye view because it's from the top and it's showing everything that's below, and as you can see from the scene that it's obviously Dom in probably a maximum security prison, I think it is, and what could be prison guards attacking him. So the high angle that they, or bird's eye view that they used, really emphasises that. This would obviously be a low angle extreme close up because you're obviously getting the extreme close up of Letty, you're seeing how she feels, how she's reacting to Dom being beaten up basically.
Dom's brother.
So this would most likely be a crane shot as well as the helicopter shot, because obviously you're getting all the scenery. It's not really bird's eye because it's not looking down, it's capturing everything that's in front.
Your whole life, you pushed yourself to be faster than Dom. Smarter than Dom.
The music obviously builds, and it builds even more when John Cena and Vin Diesel go into the little action scene. So that already tells us that the audio will match the action and it will sort of collide together and will make for a massive sort of attraction and climax.
You know I'd ride to the death with you.
I'm loving this action sequence. I love that they brought Jordan Brewster back. She was amazing as Mia. Okay, so that transition between shots was really amazing. There are many ways that they could have done that in order to get transition, but I like how it was definitely a close-up of Letty and the guy, and then it immediately transitions to stay the same level, but sort of switches it up as well. It's quite cool, and it's quite hard to get transition like that right.
Let's get to work.
Please tell me that's not a Pontiac Fiero strapped to a rocket engine? My ass is in fuego!
More change in the audio. So the soundtrack to this is going to be nuts. More sort of medium shots, high angles, low angles. The relative ones that you would see in a trailer are all being used right now. The ones that obviously you don't see as much are the one shots. They're not used as much. Over the shoulder isn't used as much. Medium shot is somewhat used but not as often. Extreme close-ups is definitely used quite a lot, and so is close-ups. They obviously emphasise so much in a movie.
Damn, they got a magnet plane?
Hey guys. Surprise.
Nice clubhouse.
even the end, the music builds again when you see Han come through and to see the reunion, so it all builds to show that it's all coming together. So I'm very happy with that trailer because that trailer is one of my favourites. It's the film I'm so excited for and I cannot wait for it to come out. The next video that I want to do is not a trailer, but it's a complete one-shot scene. It's from the movie Extraction with Chris Hemsworth, which came out in 2020. Did it really come out in 2020? Oh my god. Probably did, and I don't even remember. But the minute I watched this film, I fell in love with this scene because it was the first scene that I immediately knew what camera action it was and how it was filmed. And then you also see another one shot, which is when they do the car chase. That's multiple one shots, and I can always react to that scene in the next video if you guys want me to. Okay, so within this scene you have the camera that's followed the guy. I can't remember whereabouts they are. I don't know if he's Arab or whatever. I can't remember. I haven't really watched this movie since it came out. But you have him on one side of the wall, and then as Chris comes in and they switch to the other side, the camera moves with them. And what's very interesting is obviously after Chris has killed the guy, as he falls to the floor, the camera moves exactly with him. So usually if they were to film a scene like that, they would more than likely have a camera standing behind Chris, filming it from that side, a camera to the side of them, filming both of them, and then you would more than likely have a camera on this side as he'd fall, and then they would redo it again and probably put the camera close to the floor to get him as he fell. But instead, they've literally kept the camera and it's just moved. They've not done multiple different angles, which is what I love about a one-shot camera, is that it's all done as one sequence. There's not multiple angles, there's not people going, cut, action, reset, let's change the angle. It's literally just action all the way through until they shout cut at the very end. So this scene obviously is quite violent, but the scene that I've paused it on, I really like this because you don't see a lot of Dutch angles in movies, and when I say Dutch, I mean a tilt angle. So it's when the camera literally tilts to the side. It's used quite a lot in photography, but you don't see it a lot in a movie. I can't even think of another movie where I've seen a Dutch angle, but a Dutch angle is really good in this scene because it captures the movement. It's following Chris's movement. So as he aims low or as he aims to the side, the camera aims to the side or aims low are the same. So it's basically mimicking his movement, mimicking the way that he has positioned his body, has positioned his arms, the way that he's about to go. It mimics all of that, and that's what I love about Dutch angles. So we then go into a medium shot, so it captures the lower half of the boy's body to capture the guy on the floor that is persistently trying to grab the boy. So this is what you don't see a lot in movies, is the movement of the camera. Obviously with most movies, can't even speak, like I said, you would have different cameras, different camera angles. You wouldn't necessarily see what this is, and that is the jogging of a camera. Now everyone knows when you run with a camera it wobbles and it makes the scene of whatever you're recording wobble. And the reason that people don't use one shots is because of that reason. That's why they use different cameras, that's why they do multiple takes. But in a one shot you can't. You literally just have to do the take whole throughout, so you have to remember that you're going to get that running movement, you're going to get that wobbling up and down movement. You cannot stop that, you cannot mimic that, you cannot edit it. It will happen because you're allowing it to happen. This is a really good transition because it goes from being normal, it transitions really well as the camera goes below the table to bring you into that low angle scene, to then show you how the boy is struggling, how he's feeling, how he's trying to fight back. Again, on the fight sequence, the camera tries to mimic the way Chris is moving, mimic his body language, how he's positioned and what he's going to do. So it stays with him the whole time. It tilts slightly as he shoots first, and then obviously the scene that you can see here, it has completely tilted downwards to the side so that you can see the angle that he's positioned the gun, the way that he's shooting. It looks so much better when it mimics and it tilts. It conveys so much more. Obviously, this is what I mean by when you run, the camera is going to move with you. So obviously you can tell that this is a one shot because the guy's running, the camera is moving with him. As they're running, the guy with the camera is running. I don't know if it's going to be two people. You'd usually have the guy with the camera and then a guy behind, just in case. But this is what I was saying, when you move, that camera is going to move with you.
Get upstairs, go, come on, move.
So this is a very slick transition. This is more than likely they've cut filming and then restarted, but it's a very good transition because obviously you see the camera follow them round, and then as it sort of goes slowly into the wall, it then flips into a new transition to then turn to follow them upstairs. The movie is really good. There's so many different camera angles, so many different one shots that have been used. That movie is a very good example for a media student to use. It was definitely the main movie I watched where I could immediately recognise everything that I'd learnt. It was quite funny to watch because I would always know certain things, and now I can never watch a movie the same, because whenever I watch a movie I'm always looking at the audio, the lighting, the effects, how a camera is positioned, what angles are they using, how they might have filmed this scene. The minute you become a media student, everything normal about a film goes way over your head, and all you're thinking about is how they might have done this, how they recorded the audio, what would they have done. It's so nerve-wracking when you watch a movie now, because that's all you're ever thinking about. I think I'm going to stop the video there. If you guys want me to react to anything else, even if it's just normal reaction, it doesn't even have to be me talking about camera angles. Even if it's just reacting to different YouTubers, just normal reaction videos, I don't mind doing those. If you want me to react to the car scene from Extraction as well, I will happily do that. You let me know in the comments in the description what type of videos you want me to record for you, and I will. Bye guys!